I'm here at the, now what is the precise name of this business?
Pasadena Antiques and Design.
Pasadena Antiques and Design. And what is the precise address?
330 South Fair Oaks Avenue, Pasadena, California 91105.
And what's your phone number?
626-389-3938.
We'll check that one, because if you saw the look on her face,
yeah, I'm not sure about
don't
that.
take that one to the bank.
Yeah.
And now what do you do here?
I'm the general manager here.
You're the general manager. And what is your name?
Natasha Stoddard.
Natasha. What's your last name?
Stoddard.
Would you spell that, please?
Stodder.
Now, Natasha, are you brand new to the antiques business, or do you have an experience in it?
I'm an experienced dealer.
And how long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business 14 years.
About 14 years. And where are some of the places that you have been at?
I've been at this very location. This is where I started.
Very location.
I was here for 9 years, and then I owned a shop on Fair Oaks, one block down.
And what was it called?
It was called Medici Fine Art and Antiques.
Medici Fine Art and Antiques. And how long did that shop exist?
We were there about 2 years.
Okay. And
then I was in the Pasadena Antique Center.
And how long were you there?
2.5 years, I think.
About 2.5 years. Upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs.
Okay. And so I was wondering, is this you've been in this business for several years. Have you ever done anything else with yourself? Did you ever have an other career? Were you a gourmet chef? Were you a surgeon?
No, not a surgeon, but yes, I have had a series of careers.
And what was one of them?
Okay, I was a psychologist.
You were a psychologist. Now, what sort of a psychologist were you? What was your specialty?
I worked with juveniles in the state hospital system, who were what's the term? It's not incarcerated, but it's confined.
Confined.
Confined for for I would say being severely mentally ill.
Was this at Latterman, or where was this?
It was at Camarillo.
At Camarillo. Is the Camarillo State Hospital still there?
No, it isn't. It's a UC campus, I believe.
Oh boy! Imagine going to school at a place called, because Camarillo was so famous for what it was.
Yeah.
You used to say, "Oh my, lock him up in Camarillo."
You belong in Camarillo or something.
Yeah, and now they wouldn't even know what that means.
They don't know. No, it's a very short memory. Yeah.
And so.
Well, that was the first job I had past graduating, from grad school.
From grad school, where did you get your grad school?
I went to the California School of Professional Psychology.
The California School of Professional Psychology. Now, where were you born?
I was born in India.
India is kind of a big place. Where were you?
Born and bred. It's just a small town. No, it's not on any map or anything.
Well, it's not on any map.
It's not on any map. But
how would you spell it?
It's Barakar.
And how would you pronounce that?
Barakar.
Barakar.
Yeah.
Like Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. That's a good one. Yeah, Barakar. Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that.
And well, I bet they do now. And you have so you gave up your career as a psychologist. Now, I was wondering. I tend to think that people never give up their careers in anything. So how do you use the skills that you learned as a psychologist, which pretty much involve a lot of listening? How do you apply those skills to the antique business or in selling antiques?
Yeah, it's sort of very much a part of who I am. It's a part of my nature, to be a good listener, to stand back and listen to what the client wants. And so I think that they really respond to that. And it's not something, so my attention isn't even on selling when I'm talking to the client. It's really on listening to their needs. And so I'm better at meeting their needs as a result of that, because I am just able to focus on exactly what they want and where I can find it. And I'm constantly, envisioning in my head where I can find this item for them, or what they really want, or what they really, or even kind of depict to them what they want, which they may not even understand themselves. So
they may. So by listening to them, you have the sensitivity to understand what they want that they may not realize, or
that may be in a sort of a undeveloped form, or it's in their heads and they're not able to articulate it, and they just have some ideas from magazines and things like that, and I can probably bring their vision together because I get it, because I know the look, and I understand what they want. I've become a lot better at that over the years, and listening is a great skill. Is a great skill, and I think.
But listening is listening just not talking while someone else is talking, or is there anything else to listening besides that? Can't just anyone listen? Is it really a skill?
Yeah, listening is trying to understand what the client is saying, which is more than just the words that is being expressed by the words that they're using, and you're trying to understand what else is there, what else is fleshing out what they're saying.
And what would be an example of what else is there? So look at those eyes rolling. So you're talking. Well, that would be a first, I can assure you.
Well, they may have a general idea, like they may say, oh, I want, a client may come in and they say, well, I really love the French style, and what I'm looking for is something with, that kind of curvy look, or a gilded look, or you know what I mean, and they can't quite say what it is, and you can take them directly to an object in your space or in someone else's space. I think this is what you mean, and they say, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for, because you can put two and two together, you can put their vision, you can kind of you can do the equation from just the numbers that they're throwing at you, and make it kind of real. You can make it real for them. And I'm not saying that I'm able to do that every time, because I certainly am not well versed in every era or every
so what would be, if you were to say a specialty that you do have, an era that you're most familiar with, what would that be?
Well, my particular specialty is French and Italian antiques. I would say 19th century French and Italian antiques.
In 19th century, that's so many decades in that century. What decades within the context of that century would you say?
1850 to 1890. How's
okay,
that?
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good, because I rarely come across things that are much older than that. So I'm comfortable and safe in just limiting it to those years, and I think that, that's really, I love that kind of stuff myself, so.